is our lake, and it's big. If it's not this big, it's not a lake, it's a pond. Kids are playing on the playground behind us. That's why Journey likes it. It's a pirate ship. If you like trees, we got them. We got trees. The buoys. Birdies. Beach house. Toes in the sand. I think that's the resort we stayed at when Teal was here. Blue sky. Oops. Should be able to hear the waves and the wind. I'll go sit by the water. Trini wanted me to let that guy know that dogs aren't allowed on the beach according to the sign, or pets. That doggy looks like my old doggy, kinda. We're literally just only one mermaid. We're literally just listening to the waves. There's a pirate ship. Hold on. It's a pirate ship. And there was a boy with a pirate hat on. But I don't know where he went. Oh, there's a hammock too. Oh, so high. Oh, so high. I think high was kind of assumed from Are There Mermaids? Hi, Maruta. I posted on Instagram. Beautiful day at the beach, so why do I miss my tarot cards? I should have brought my waterproof ones, but they probably blow away. This is my favorite part of this town. It's not the towny waiters. Waterproof beach themed tarot, yeah. I have one that's made out of like plastic. It's mood tarot, and it's made. No, no. It's the waves. Watching the waves roll on the rocks. No, we're actually gonna leave soon, and I left the house and I forgot our towels. So I decided not to swim because I didn't want to be wet and I have no way to dry off. The mood tarot is like, I don't know if you've seen it. I'll have to pull it out sometime. It's kind of like, it looks like she took the Rider-Waite-Smith and turned it into memes. So it's like really irreverent, funny, in like low humor. But it's waterproof. Ooh, T.O. said he didn't want to do the news because he didn't think there were any good decks. So I sent him a bunch and said, review these. And he said, I don't review them. And I was like, well, whatever. But I don't know if he did. But I found a thing on Kickstarter. It's a necklace, and I think you like spin it, and it's like it's a tarot deck coin necklace. So I guess you spin it to select your card. I think that's cool. I'd have like a notebook, and I'd be like, position 1, spin, write it down. Position 2, spin. When I first moved back, I literally, we weren't right here. We were over in that area somewhere. And it was grassy. It wasn't beachy. And oh, you saw a ring like that. That's pretty cool. And I just like laid down in the grass. Oh yeah, it was by the walkway where it's all grassy. I just laid there next to the shoreline and just listened to the waves and was like, because I had been home, but I lived away from home for 13 years or so, 14 years. Grass beaches are okay with me. You don't like sand? Sand does get places and such. Do you know, Maruta and Doc, I have never been skinny dipping in my life. I don't know. When I was like, I never really wanted to. Like, I didn't see the appeal, but now I'm like, I know, right? Now I'm like, what? Wait, I mean, like, it's just you in the water. Like, I mean, people just talked about it like as more of like a thrill thing, you know, like streaking or something. I didn't have any, you know, desire to be like naked in public. But yeah, I didn't really think about it in terms of just not having anything between you and the water. Does anybody know what time it is in Michigan? Because I think we're leaving soon. which is a bummer. Maybe I'll go home and stream if y'all are gonna come back. When I say there's no tarot cards, not too many people show up. 4:30, yeah. Time to get it. There's some clouds. It's just so soothing. It would be especially cool to do in the ocean, I think. That would be... Well, this lake, this is my lake. This is my lake. And I'll tell you why. This is my lake. This is my beach. And it's not even open anymore. They haven't opened it since COVID, I don't think. The beach house is closed. There's buoys out there, but normally there'd be ropes and there'd be stands out there. And of course, we're in the woods. But anyway, so I grew up down, you go down there, turn left, and there's, you know, the house that I lived in from the time I was 10-ish till whenever, till 18. But we used to come down here all the time, and when we were like, we were allowed to swim if there were lifeguards. If there weren't, we were only allowed to like wade, which we would just swim, and then we'd say we got pushed in and that's why we were wet, or we'd stay here until we were dried off before we went home. And then apparently my parents actually met here, so literally my life just begins here. But even before we lived here, we used to come here. They used to have free swimming classes when we were little. This was just the beach this beach is free. There's another beach across the way that you have to pay to park. So, this is the towny beach. But there's also tourists that come here. Yeah, we would meet people when we were kids, you know. Make new friends at the beach. Remember meeting a girl from Chicago, and her mom was like, "It's so beautiful, look at all the trees." I grew up here, so if there's anything I ever took for granted, it was trees. I was like, what's so great about a tree? You know? It's a park across the street from the beach. There's hiking trails, different play areas we used to climb on. There's grills that are there that we used to go to the grills and stoke up the fires, restart the fires. I can restart a fire from, like, trees are life. So is water. Water and trees. Literally. We used to start up a fire from the smallest little piece of that. People didn't ever put their fires out all the way, so. I was a little fire, what do they call it? A little firebug. And there's what's it? Where you bury stuff and then you open it like 40 years. Yeah, arsonist. Oh, you bury time capsule. There's a time capsule over there, and it's got it's buried, but then there's a big structure around it that's made out of granite that we used to climb on all the time. It'd probably make a good, like, four wands card, maybe. Indeed. I used to always light candles and light cigarette lighters when I was a kid. One time I burnt my thumb and I had a great big blister, and I wouldn't tell anybody what it was. So I found out this was I was like 7 years old. So when I was like 18 and I was looking in my school records, it was suspected, abuse was suspected. And I was mad. Because I wouldn't say. I kept saying I didn't know what happened. So, I mean, I was 7. I didn't know they were going to think my mom was lighting, burning me. If so, I wouldn't have said it. We came here in preschool. We made sandwiches. I remember everything. We made like egg salad sandwiches and I think another kind of sandwiches. Maybe tuna fish, I don't know. Made a whole bunch of sandwiches in the preschool class for a trip to the beach, and we had a picnic over on the other side of a little bridge and a little kind of offset area from the main beachy part. Back in the day, this would have been full of people. Maruta said, wow. You mean because I remember being like 3, 4 years old, going to motorcycle. There's a lot of motorcycles in this town. There's a bird, a seagull. I remember them handing me scissors, too. They handed me a pair of scissors, and I reached out with my left hand, and she said something like, oops, wrong hand or wrong something. She said wrong hands, so she went to get the left-handed scissors, and I handed her my other hands. We kept, because they suspect, yeah, right? I know. I'm not sure. Maybe my people all left me. She said she wanted to leave at 4:30 and they were playing on the playground. And I'm sitting here talking to internet folks. We kept switching hands back and forth a couple of times, and then I'm left-handed, but it turned out I couldn't cut with the left-handed scissors, so I cut with my right hand. Left-handed scissors don't work in my hands. I don't know why. This rock wanted me. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It might be a piece of wood. Yeah, this rock is a piece of wood. This rock is a piece of wood. Waves are starting to really get a little higher. Yeah, it was cool, but I just threw it back. I thought it was what are those rocks? Sedimentary? I don't know. Because I could see like the layers, but then I thought it was actually wood. It feels really nice, like it's 80-some degrees. It's like 85 degrees, but down by the water, it's just like the wind is blowing and there's all the trees, so it totally just feels like a really, it just feels not hot. There's a boat. And of course, there's my ugly toes. Doc says nobody has cute toes. Whatever. Only 79 in Cleveland. Makes me think of that song by Kenny Chesney, Making My Way Back to Cleveland. I love that song. Mine are like little, and they like my second toe doesn't stick out further than my big toe. Like I had an ex whose did, so I used to always tease him. But I guess a lot of people's are like that. I mean, at the least, I don't see what's offensive about them. I mean, I guess a tail would probably be better. Oh, look. Hold on, I'm filming this bird. Oh, he had something in his mouth.
It's time to go.
Yeah? Okay. Well, I guess it's time to go.
And then we'll go to get some pizza.
I'll see you later, and maybe, probably.
Get the stuff.
All right.